rain squalls, now past, have rinsed the haze from the atmosphere, and distant backlit hills stand out in crisp detail. A stripe of incandescent sky burns beneath the cloud base on the northwestern horizon. Roman unwraps some steaks from a moose he shot in the Alaska Range last September and lays them across the fire on a blackened grill, the grill McCandless used for broiling his game. Moose fat pops and sizzles into the coals. Eating the gristly meat with our fingers, we slap at mosquitoes and talk about this peculiar person whom none of us ever met, trying to get a handle on how he came to grief, trying to understand why some people seem to despise him so intensely for having died here. By design, McCandless came into the country with insufficient provisions, and he lacked certain pieces of equipment deemed essential by many Alaskans: a large caliber rifle, map and compass, an axe. This has been regarded as evidence not just of stupidity, but of the even greater sin of arrogance. Some critics have even drawn parallels between McCandless and the Arctic's most infamous tragic figure, Sir John Franklin, a 19th century British naval officer whose smugness and hauteur contributed to some 140 deaths, including his own. In 1819, the Admiralty assigned Franklin to lead an expedition into the wilderness of northwestern Canada. 2 years out of England, winter overtook his small party as they plodded across an expanse of tundra so vast and empty that they christened it the Barrens, the name by which it is still known. Their food ran out. Game was scarce, forcing Franklin and his men to subsist on lichens scraped from boulders, singed deer hide, scavenged animal bones, their own boot leather, and finally, one another's flesh. Before the ordeal was over, at least 2 men had been murdered and eaten. The suspected murderer had been summarily executed, and 8 others were dead from sickness and starvation. Franklin was himself within a day or 2 of expiring when he and the other survivors were rescued by a band of Métis. An affable Victorian gentleman, Franklin was said to be a good-natured bumbler, dogged and clueless, with the naive ideals of a child and a disdain for acquiring backcountry skills. He had been woefully unprepared to lead an Arctic expedition, and upon returning to England, he was known as the man who ate his shoes, yet the sobriquet was uttered more often with awe than with ridicule. He was hailed as a national hero, promoted to the rank of captain by the
This isn't where we
paid
did one from
handsomely
the
to
last
write
trip.